Greetings, everyone. I'm Lake County Commissioner Sean Parks, here to provide another update for you. Hard to believe it's already February 2026, as if the past year or so hasn't been enough with all the things that have been happening in Lake County. You know, the 20-inch rain event, the hurricane, the closing of major companies like Kroger. Well, this past weekend we had a major disastrous freeze for our agriculture industry. Kind of goes historically almost way back to the 1980s and its devastation. So I wanted to first report to you that we're trying to do everything we can to assess the situation here at Lake County. We're working with UF-IFAS, it's University of Florida IFAS program, Institute for Food and Agricultural Sciences. It is the state agency that kind of monitors all of the everything agriculture related. So what's going on right now is there's an assessment. I mean, literally, as I'm providing this update to you, we're still facing those cold temperatures, which are devastating. So what's going to happen over the next few weeks is an assessment and kind of analyzing the extent of the damage. Our Commissioner of Agriculture, Wilton Simpson, has been in contact with me. He has asked for assistance with the USDA, from the USDA for Lake County. So we should see how that plays out here over the next few weeks. As far as the County Commission also has expressed, obviously, very concerned and sympathies to all those in agriculture in Lake County. And we will try to do everything we can to assist with recovery on that as well. One thing that you can do if you're listening to this, or at least help me get the word out about, is what can you do to help this situation? Obviously, the big thing I always tell people is look for fresh